Well, 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 look what we have here, Limbus Company, 1 minute ago, and what in the heck is happening to Don Quixote? Why is she tweaking? Okay, I'm not gonna waste any of your time. Oh, that's the update notice. We'll get back to that later. I'm not gonna waste any of your times. Excuse me? What? Hohenheim! Can you fix the damn review? This man is slacking on the cameras! Anyway, enough Hohenheim flame. We have the index device, Don Quixote, and we, yes, we, you and me, are going to be analyzing it right now. Well, or analyzing it in quotation marks. Anyway, let's begin with the information that we actually know and or don't know. Ah, look at that. The index device Don Quixote. She has a lust, pride, and gloom, which we already knew. She's mono blunt, and she's a poise sinking ID. Okay, I love it. No, Kim Jae-hoon, you can't show another mono blunt sinking Don Quixote in class. Anyway, Kim Jae-hoon does what he pleases, and so we are getting another sinking unit, but she's most likely more of a poise unit if she's similar to Faust. Anyway, skull crushing, skill 1. 2 coin lust. If this skill is marked with Mark of the Prescript, she gains final power, deals more damage. Okay. And then she gains coin power for every poise on self, sinking on target. On use, she gains poise count. On the first hit, she gains sinking. On the second hit, she will gain poise. And on crit, she will gain more poise count. So maybe at minimum, this is neutral. And then this gives her maybe a +1 if she crits. So it's like it makes it neutral because she crits and gains 1 more. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, simple skill 1, nothing really major about that. Then we have BV Silent, a 3 coin pride. If the skill is marked with Mark of the Prescript, gain final power, gain coin power for every poise on self and sinking on target. Gain poise potency. Inflict sinking, gain poise count, and on crit, sinking count. Okay, super simple. Obviously, this is just like Faust so far, index Faust. I thought it would be very similar. So far, it is very similar. Except, I think the values are kind of flipped. I think this time, it's more poise orientated. Well, I mean, Faust was also more poise orientated, but it looks like the on-crit conditionals typically are affecting her poise, except for skill 2, which immediately denounces my feet. Why is she staring at me like that? I do not have any, I don't have any hamburgers for you. Go away. Her greed is sickening. Anyway, here we have the most important skill, probably. The prescript must be fulfilled. Anon. What? Anon? Okay. Skill 3 is a 2 coin. Okay. If the skill's marked with the Mark of the Prescript, she gains coin power, deals more damage on crit. She gains final power for every poise on self, sinking on target. And then, oh yeah, combat start at X unlock stage. Convert all coins of the skill to unbreakable and deal more damage based on unlock. Okay, so she does have blade unlock then. On use, gain poise count. She also gains potency based on unlock. She gains poise on the first hit, and then the second one deals more damage based on the unlock stage, but also inflicts sinking and sinking count. Is she actually a sinking main unit? Okay, she might actually just be a sinking main unit. I mean, if that's that has to be pretty big, I assume. Okay, speaking of, unlock is apparently the replacement for prescript, I guess, in this stage, or Grace of the Prescripts. This is the replacement for Grace of the Prescripts. We have also the 3 coin counter, which again, she has a 3 coin counter, which is prescript granted, prescript woven fabric. I think all of them are gonna have 3 coin counters, which is kind of crazy. She's again, blunt, gloom. Gain final power for damage based on the unlock stage. She gains shield, again, but is reduced by karmic consequence, which is basically the debuff you get when you do not fulfill your prescript. She gains poise count on use, however. And then if this unit does not have unlock, she gains unlock 1. Change Grace of the Prescript stack to X. Gain karmic consequence based on Grace of the Prescript. Gain poise, inflict sinking. Wait, so she does have Brace of the Prescript. Okay, and then we have the ascended stats, as you can see here. We have the $3, $4, $6 sign percentage. I think that's pretty fair, honestly. Honestly, yeah, not that bad. Especially for an Ascender skill 1. Like, yeah, I could see something here. So we have an Ascender skill 2, which is DBB. Yeah, no, so this is probably gonna be really broken. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, this is kind of a nut skill. I think it's fair to use this skill. When you're in unlocked stage, you know. And then we have obviously the most important part here, which is the ascended. So here we have the yeah, so that's gonna be pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with this so far. Honestly, this kit is kind of overpowered. We might need to nerf her. So before we do that, let's check out the okay. It's like I'm reading an SCP file. Gotta check the passives out. Okay. Prescript delivered on the device. I can't believe digital prescripts are real. I was making a joke. I made a joke. It was a joke. It wasn't real. I made a joke. I said paperback. Wouldn't it be funny? That means if prescript you get an email, like you get emailed. I didn't think that'd actually be real. I didn't think it'd be real. Anyway. Prescript delivered on a device. Gain prescript device 1 through 4 based on the unlock stage. She inflicts, obviously, prescript target to a random enemy. She also applies marks to herself, and then at a certain unlock stage, it prioritizes skill 3s. All of the effects above and prescript execution check do not trigger when there is when the unit is staggered, immobilized, or in panic. And then also she has an additional information, which is so I think that makes it pretty unique from Faust in comparison. So I think that's pretty fair. Now we have Will of the Prescript, so this is obviously her Prescript passive, the second part of the Prescript passive, where she has turn end. If the Prescript was executed, she heals SP and gains Grace of the Prescript. So she actually gains Grace of the Prescript, which is, I'm kind of surprised. When executing the Prescript, if the main target has the Prescript target, she will heal more SP and gain more Grace. So pretty much, fulfill the Prescript with the mark, and like, fulfill the Prescript hitting a target, and you get the maximum version of the buff. However, if she did not fulfill the Prescript, she gains Karmic Consequence. And then at a certain stage, she doesn't gain anymore, most likely 9. If you attempted to execute the prescript, but you were unable to due to unforeseen consequences, like an enemy died, you don't gain the effect. So then we have the unlock. So passive. This is the only thing we can read, and I think this is important. Turn end at X Grace of the Prescript, she gains unlock 1, 2, 3, and okay. Bro. Like, how am I supposed to take this seriously, bro? Okay, you know, let's keep going. 4 passives. Another. How greedy are you? How many passives does she have? 1, 2, 3. This is a fourth main passive, or her main passive, I guess. No, this is supposed to be her main passive. I think this is just another part of it. The Great Magic Beeper knoweth my desire. Deal more damage with skills marked with Mark of the Prescript, so every Grace on stack on self. Y she deals even more damage with base skills. On hit with a base attack skill against targets with target, she'll heal SP and heal more additional SP on unlock stage. She has a support passive, which is this too, is the Grace of the Great Magic Beeper. Okay. Combat start, heal SP for the ally with the lowest SP. This effect prioritizes plus coin. The affected unit in the index they will gain damage up. This effect does not apply to units whose prevent SP recovery, such as Ego and Panic. Okay, so just another little SP heal at combat start. It prioritizes plus coins. So actually, that means you can use this as a support with negative coins on your team. And also prioritizes index. You'll love to see it. Now let's have a look at the little buffs. We have Unlock. Gain this effect when over the Grace of the Prescript stack. The effect stage increases based on the Prescript stack, obviously. So we can see here the effect has a maximum reachable stage. So Unlock 1 gives her defense level and heals her SP. Combat end, yeah, heals her SP. The second one gives her more defense level and heals more SP. The third one gives her more defense level and heals more SP. So she's quite tanky. Maybe she wants to counter? She's quite tanky. Anyway, we have the digital prescripts, which I'm going to assume are the exact same, because it is this prescript, but it's just a different tag called digital prescript. I'm going to assume the conditions of the prescript are the exact same. So we have prescript 1 device, which is use a skill marked with mark of the prescript or hit a target with a marked skill. She will gain this effect when the unit has no unlock, and maximum stacks, I assume, to 3. The second attack is hit a target with a skill marked with Mark of the Prescript. She will then gain also this effect if the unit has unlocked 1. Then she has hits and targets with an Ego Awakening or most likely Ascended Skill 3. Skill 3, it actually literally just says with a blah 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 Skill 3 Mark of the Prescript. And then the final one, obviously this goes unlocked 2. The final one, which is eliminate all enemies before the next prescript, which is the final buff you get, which gives you, which you get when you have unlock 3. And that's it. And that's it. That's our whole kit. That's our whole kit. They're trolling me, man. I'm being targeted by Kim Ji-hoon and the ProjectMoon team, bro. What do you mean? That's the whole. I can't read the rest of it. I can't read the rest of it. Your greed! Her greed is sickening! It's her fault! I just know it's her fault. Anyway, what are my thoughts on this so far? Okay, let me just tell you right now, it's pretty much almost 1-to-1 with Faust. What are these little blips here that we actually see? Most likely a massive spoiler to part 2. But in the trailer, we do see that she has a little bit of a beast form, some sort of transformation. We don't know what it is. Most likely related to that. But in terms of her actual base skills, I mean, this is pretty much 1-to-1 with Faust, except I guess with some alterations in the actual effects that are, you know, like she gains poise count, more poise count here, she inflicts sinking here, or whatever. Anyway, they're both poise sinking. The question is, why would you use this over any other sinking unit? I mean, probably, considering with all the index units coming out. And also, I guess if you don't, I mean, if you started in Season 7, you do not have High Shodan. High Shodan is a valuable, sinking unit, that you could use, a viable sinking unit. But she is locked. She's trapped and betrayed in Hongyuan, chained up right now. Like, in fact, much like we have our index Don Quixote here, she's chained up. So, yeah. So yeah, the skills are pretty alright. You gotta understand, because we can't actually see the passive. So with Faust, it gave her more sink infliction, gave her more poise, gave her more damage, gave her that. We don't actually know what unlock does, but I guess it has something to do with defense level, which for Faust was offense level. So I'm curious if maybe this donkey is supposed to be more tank oriented or more like aggressive. It doesn't really show it in her main kit, nor does it show it in her skill 3, which I'm honestly surprised is only a 2 coin. Okay, this I knew would be a 2 coin. I didn't think that this would be a 3 coin, or maybe I did say it was a 3 coin. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know. This is a 2 coin though. I'm not surprised about that. But maybe she might want to benefit more from her counter. And this, I mean, this just looks like when you have something that, you know, a 2 coiner that only inflicts both, it'll probably be like maybe it's neutral on maybe neutral on 2 coins and then crit she gains +2 or +1. I don't know. And honestly, I can't infer much from the passive because this is the index passive just transformed into this unlock, which we don't know what the effect does. This is the same index passive, which gives them SP and makes them deal more damage. This is the same one, which again makes them deal more damage with SP. And then this is a new one, so that's kind of nice. She gets another SP thing. But yeah, we don't know what this is, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know what this Don Quixote does. Well, I do. She's poise sinking. But you know what I do know for a fact? Yes, we are all pulling on Don Quixote when part 2 comes out. Yes, we, you and me, are all pulling on her. We are spending all our lunacy on Don Quixote. And yeah, I guess that's gonna be it. So we'll have more discussions on this during the live stream right after this, and that's gonna be it. See ya.